Bare Knuckle boys are back.
Excited. Excited for this one again. I'm excited for all of them.
This is big. This is big time, buddy. This is arguably the bare knuckle goat right now. Pound for pound champ. Got an up and coming title defense coming up in New Mexico, June 6th. So excited, man. Exciting stuff here.
That's right.
Bit of a fucking I'm a little bit nervous. Palms are a little sweaty, when the goat's coming out. It's like, it's nerve-wracking, but fuck, can't wait. And he's popping up right now, so welcome him. Put your hands together, bro. The Redneck, Dave Mundell.
Oh, baby.
Let's go.
Redneck, how are you, brother? Thank you for coming on.
I'm doing all right. This is I'm assuming this all like we recorded and you guys posted out. So you gotta have to bear with me. I just woke up a little bit ago and I'm still like trying to cook my breakfast.
No problem. No problem, brother.
My phone keeps saying low device storage. I don't know if that matters for you guys or not.
I'm not getting it. You getting anything, Jay?
Device storage is running low. You should stop the recording and free up device data. I don't need to screen record, so it doesn't matter to me, right?
No,
That should be good.
I think you're gonna be good on your end.
We're good. We're good. We'll have it recording on our end. Shouldn't be a problem.
Do you think, brother?
See you, man. Good morning, Redneck. The fuck goat is in the building.
Let's go outside.
The pound for pound, baby.
Pound for pound.
Let's go.
Number one.
Mike Perry's worst nightmare.
You don't want it.
You don't want
it. Dave, how are you starting your day here? 10 a.m. I guess you're not. Are you still doing the electrician thing?
I just stopped doing that to finish out this camp and stuff. I don't have to worry about we're going to work and stuff, so I can kind of focus down, hit 2 a-days training.
So you only stop that when you're in camp?
Normally I have never stopped it before, but I think this time I finally was able to just let them know I was done. I don't know for sure if I'm going back yet or not. It's a possibility, but I really don't want to.
Jeez.
I don't know. You might have a big bonus coming your way after these quick knockouts. You must be piling those bonuses up.
They can always be better, but we make do with what they give us. I mean, Bkfc definitely takes care of me, but gotta always grow. So
for sure.
You're definitely Bkfc is definitely getting more popular, and Mundell is becoming a household name. The Redneck. I was trying to get my Redneck shirt, but they didn't ship to Canada.
So, oh man.
Yeah, I was a little heartbroken on that.
I think we might be able to do something about the Jeffa. I'll talk to her about that later.
Yeah.
So talking about your up and coming fight, going into enemy territory, that's you're no stranger to that. What do you think? Do you think Donald Sanchez got anything for you?
Himself as a fighter, I think I'm way past his level. I think there's a reason why he sits there and tries to fight in his hometown all the time, due to the elevation and stuff, and he thinks it's gonna drain people and suck them out, and he does decent with that. But like I said, the levels between us are it's too big of a gap. He's got too much work to do to be anywhere close for me. So I think it's gonna be pretty easy work going out there.
How did you develop your boxing style like that, man? Because I truly believe that your style is evolving the game in bare knuckle. The shifty boxing, the up and down, the feints, the footwork. How did you get so good at that?
I mean, so you guys know I train at a shift. So I think shift combat now, but back in the day it was shift MMA, right? So my head coach over there, Jihad, is a boxing coach, but that transferred over well even with MMA because the distancing and all the schemes behind it, all that stuff. So I've been boxing with him for a long time, and just really able to pick everything up over time and just become very comfortable with it. So then when we transferred over to bare knuckle, where it's only boxing, but without gloves on. So I already had the range there because the MMA gloves don't really give you that much padding. I had the boxing from him, and it just kind of tied in together, and that's in all how it developed.
Is there any like special prep that you do just for the bare knuckle? Do you train with just bare knuckles when you're in training camp?
No, so the majority of the time, I mean, we have 16-ounce gloves on. You know, we do all the bag work and stuff like that. But I do have, I think they're just called like bag gloves, but this is essentially just a piece of leather. It looks like a oven mitt almost that goes over your hands, so there's no padding, and then you hit mitts and bags and stuff like that, so you can kind of get the distancing down. Um, because like I said, with the boxing gloves, man, it adds 2-3 inches, which is a lot. So, but when you take those away and you learn to step in a little bit deeper, and being able to also, another big thing too with fighting the bare knuckle, this just kind of goes against boxers, but having the boxing gloves on and somebody also throwing a boxing glove at you, it's easier to catch things. You got more surface area to cover to protect yourself with, and when you take that away, it's a little harder. So just knowing to not hang out in the situation and move your head and swing back right away pretty much. But so as far as like special prep, not really anything too different. Maybe just adding those little gloves in the bag work without big gloves on. That's about it.
Mm.
Yeah, you're man, the fights are just getting quicker and quicker. Like you had a couple fights go the distance at like earlier in your career. I've watched that Hector Lombard fight a couple times, and I still don't understand really how you lost that one. Like I thought you won it. I
It's
had to watch
politics,
you
you
watch
know.
it again.
It's
I didn't
politics.
get it, man.
I fought him, and I mean all the game plans we had going in, all that stuff kind of got shut down right away when I think it was like on the very first exchange. I cracked him right in his forehead and I broke my left hand, so I was very timid to throw it the rest of the time because all I knew is it hurt. I didn't know what was going on. So instead of like pressing forward and putting the pressure on him, I just outboxed him. Right, I just made sure that I was winning, and in my head, I was winning. Nobody told me differently. We all felt we were doing good. That's why it was such a surprise when they raised his hand. I was like, "What in the fuck are you guys watching?" He wasn't able to control anything, But bare knuckle likes to see a little bit more pressure. They like to see a little bit more activity. So I just, all in all, I learned from it, and I'm just glad that a lot of people see that. They're like, "Well, you didn't really lose." I'm like, so it's bittersweet, but it's all right.
Was that the only time you broke your hand in a bare knuckle fight?
Um, yeah, pretty much. So we keep having like hands not being able to have anything protect them. It's one of those things that they kind of always get beat up in the fights. The longest part of recovery for any of the fights is never the cuts, anything like that. It's always the hands. But I've what was it, the carpal bones, I believe, or they call them like a boxer fracture or whatever. Those and then pop capsules in the knuckles, and then now it's funny because it's like it doesn't, my knuckles don't get sore no more. It's more my wrist,
Uh,
but just the abuse we put them through. But I think that's okay. Like my hands hurt because I punch people in the head. It's not
Right.
horrible.
a good reason.
And the wrist got to support those cinder blocks.
It could be carpal tunnel from a keyboard or some bullshit.
You can still hold the fishing rod though, right?
Exactly. You know it. Anybody swim down there and still pull a trigger too. So
That's
shoot
it.
fish, catch
I
fish,
seen
all of it.
I seen you were doing like you were promoting, I don't know if you were running or you were promoting at like a skeet shooting tournament for the Cure.
Yeah.
12
So
gauge, 20 gauge.
so I was just shooting my 12 gauge, my the gun that I take hog hunting and stuff like that with, but I'm not very good at that, but it's just fun, Everyone wants to go out there like I go hunting. I'm really good, but go out there and shoot the clay things. I got a little bit of work to do. But some of those guys are out there with guns that are like 4 or 5 grand. I got a $600 Mossberg. Like, I'm still hitting the target, so it's all right.
Like with the skeet shooting, you don't even you just you just point and shoot. Don't really try to aim. You just go wow and
It's
just
like
hope for the best.
the more I do it, the more I learn. It's like the way that like they track it and stuff that helps a lot. So I had a few guys come up and give me some pointers and shit like that, and it made a big difference. But I haven't done that too much. I've done plenty of duck hunting. I've hit plenty of ducks, and it's kind of the same thing. But for whatever reason, in the competition little tournaments like that, shooting the clay things, I just need a little bit more practice. I'm too in tune with fighting though. I ain't got time.
Um, last year you only got in there one time. I guess probably because of that King Mo fallout 66. Did he? Was there ever an explanation given on why he decided to back out of that one?
No, no. I have no idea what truly happened, and then we can go into saying what we think and all that other stuff. But all in all, you never know. We won't know. Only he knows. Um, but it was pretty cool because since he didn't fight in Miami, it gave me the chance to go to Spain. It sucked that I only got to fight one time last year, but it would have been most likely would have been that way regardless if I fought King Mo or not. Because look, I fought was that October last year? No, it was October or November. I can't remember.
I think it was
November last year. Okay, October. So I fought October last year, and here it is going to be in June before I fight again. So if it's like 6 to 8 months before I fight, I can maybe get two in a year, but at that late, it's just kind of already ruined. I would like to fight 3 times a year. Personally, I like staying active. It's a little bit easier to stay focused at when you're training in the off season stuff. Like I train year round already, but you just train a little bit harder when you're like, fuck, I'm about to go in front of all these people. I'm sure something can let this dude whip my ass. So it gives you a stronger why, so to speak. But camps come up and I'm getting a little bit more time to get ready. And they let me know like, hey, you're gonna be fighting this month. We don't know what date yet, but it's gonna here. So I guess to start like getting in the swing of things. So that's pretty cool. Just the little things that changes as we get bigger, but all in all,
Yeah, they're definitely. I feel like the cards when Mundell's on the card now, it's probably going to be a main event, so they can give you the heads up. You're the only fight so far, but you're coming up.
I thought they released some other people on the Albuquerque card.
Oh, I think they have now. They definitely have now. When I first saw that you were coming, it wasn't showing much.
Listen, like, and I mean, I get it too because the fights they got to make sense because they got to make money. And like I said, this Donald likes to fight in his hometown. I think it has a lot to do with he thinks he gets the upper hand that way, which is fine, whatever. But they hadn't released my fight yet, but I knew it was supposed to happen. I knew the date and everything, and I was just waiting for them to release it. And then they came out with the Texas card that was 3 weeks after. I was like, oh, maybe they haven't released mine yet because I'm gonna be going to Texas, and that would have been sweet because that would have been. I think I relate better with the people over there. But either way, and I thought it'd been middle grounds. But we'll go to New Mexico, beat them up, take his fans. It's all good.
Yeah, I feel like Texas would have been like the perfect spot, man.
Yeah, it'd have been cool, but maybe they'll have their show there. Maybe I'll just show up and be a part of it one way or another, just spectate, and then next time they go back, maybe they'll have me on.
Mm. What's the weight cut like for you, Dave?
I'm a bit of a weight bully. I cut a lot of weight,
Oh, really?
but yeah, it's like an ongoing joke inside of the gym too because you guys are familiar with Captain Deadpool, Jared Warren.
Yeah.
He fights I'm middleweight, so I don't know what's 185, light heavy, right? So he fights at 185, I fight at 175. But I walk around heavier than he does, fight lower, and then by the time that I walk back into the ring, I'll be heavier than what he walks into the ring at too.
Whoa.
And so I guess because you guys are teammates, you kind of leave that division for him, right? Because
Absolutely.
Richmond Dyer coming up tomorrow actually.
Yeah, I wanted to
And
go to that so
you
bad. I dropped the ball on getting some plane tickets, and I looked at them last night, and I'm like, man, it ain't worth that much.
Yeah. Well, you know what? And Jared's been in there with both of those guys, right?
Yep.
So is they gonna kind of stay away from that weight division? Leave
Um,
leave it to your boy.
I don't know. We listen. So Jared went out. He did his thing. He got his belt, and I think he's gonna make another run at it. And but regardless, if the second he either swaps me weight classes or opens it up for me, I'd be happy to take over the 185 division too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because that Richmond fight was super entertaining too. But that just goes to show you, man. You always say there's levels to this, and feel like the BKFC is gonna have a hard time finding a matchup for you.
It's what seems to be going on, and that's why I struggle getting fights, multiple fights a year. But we have all these guys that say all the time they're like, oh, I want to fight them, but they're like 2-0, 3-0, or even like Sanchez. I think what he's like 4-1 now, like so he's still got a blemish on his record, which is not a big deal because I guess so did I when I fought, but a little different. Um, but who's in my division, that deserves a title shot? There's not really anybody that I can think of. There's one, obviously Mike Perry makes most sense, like the fight, whether he wants to fight for a belt or just a fight. Outside of that, you're gonna have to start bringing people in from outside the organization to try to fight me, and then they're not gonna let it be a title match because you can't just walk into the organization and fight for a title, which is I'm cool with it. So what do I have to do? Give up the belt and just start doing some gimmick fights or whatever. At the end of the day, I just want to fight who's the best. I just what I love to do, and I just want to keep proving myself, and that also helps elevate me too. When you're going in there to train for a specific person that know is dangerous, like the level of discipline that you get from that and how much you grow, it's unbelievable.
mm,
Yeah, that's probably why Perry doesn't want to fight you, man.
He
Um,
knows what'll happen.
one of the reasons, anyway. I know he's kind of doing the dirty boxing thing, and it's like, is he gonna return to bare knuckle? I seen something that he might fight Brian Barberina. I don't know if that was real or not. There was rumors of Robbie Lawler, but he's not saying the redneck. He's a pound per pound. Like, come get it.
Yeah, he don't like. I mean, it's obvious at this point, and he wants to hide behind the fan base, and that I don't pull the same numbers as another big name guy would, but I mean, whatever. He's got a little bit of a point there, but I'm growing, and I'm gonna get to a point to where he's not gonna be able to say that no more, and by that time he'll probably be retired. So he's taking the easy route out and just avoiding me at all costs, and so until it just blows over, so he doesn't have to get beat up in there.
yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. He's got his promoter hat on, so we'll see. He might.
He ain't doing shit. That man's dumb. Just listen to his interviews. He's not running that thing. He's just the face of it. Someone else is running it, pulling all the strings. He's just there to pretend. That's it. He's an actor. That and a track star, apparently.
Mm.
Yeah, no, I know. He's got John Jones with him anyway, but it's an interesting concept. But I don't know. To me, bare knuckles the goat right now. It's the most exciting fights. It's much watch TV. Like I'll be watching BKFC over UFC this weekend. Hands
Well,
down.
every time I go to events and stuff, just for instance, this past one that was in Clearwater at the OCC Roadhouse. Every time I go in the crowds, and people, they want to chit chat and stuff like that. Of course, they see the belt, but I had some lady behind me, and she's like, "I haven't been to one of these yet," and she just couldn't stop talking about how much more entertaining it was than UFC. She's like, "I used to go to all the UFCs back in this day, blah blah blah," and then I stopped going because I got kind of bored. And she's like, "I finally decided to come to this one. I'm glad I did. I'm definitely hooked, and it's just 'cause it's so much more fast paced. Everyone's actually going for the kill, like they're trying to take each other's head off. They can't get smacked and then go, oh crap, let me take them down real quick. And don't get me wrong, because I did MMA for a long time. I'm a black belt in jiu-jitsu, and I get excited about all fights on the ground as well. But it is just different to the spectators, and the majority of the people want to see people brawl. Majority of the people want to see people get knocked out, all bloodied, whatever it may be. It's what they want, and BKC just constantly delivers.
Yeah.
That
The
it
home
does.
of
You
the
can't
quick,
get out of the fire once you're in there. There's no
yeah,
hiding.
the home of the quick KO.
There's definitely been a shit ton of those. You never know what's gonna happen. People get dropped, they get back up, then they wind up dropping the other guy, and it's just You know, and that's the thing about boxing too, is there's always a punch or chance. You know, you just got to go in there and you gotta be on your game, man. Can't be slacking off at all.
Yeah, and you've been in the company for a long time now, man.
Since
2019, right?
I'm not exactly sure the year, but I know it was Bkfc 6. Everyone I get yelled at all the time. Like I don't even know my record half the time, or can't recall the names of everyone that I fought. And it's funny because I just don't pay no mind. I just to me it's just the love to do it. Like I just love to train. I love to fight. It's just fun to me. So I'm just going out there having a good time. But yeah, but Bkfc 6 is when I first started with them, and I definitely closer to that. Was it 6 years? Almost 6 years now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
And how
Yeah.
much of a shift in the rise have you seen, especially now that Connor is so involved with it too?
listen, it was already taken off for the amount of growth that the company has shown in just 6 years has been amazing. And then it just also hit another little boost when Connor jumped aboard, you know. It's crazy, but it's one of those things that, like I said, it sells itself. Yeah, everyone wants to see this type of fighting. Everyone can relate to it, and it's just again fast paced, exciting. People love it. They come to it. They see it. All they gotta do is show up one time, and they're gonna be hooked. That's it.
So are you excited about New Mexico? Are you gonna go a little bit early?
Yeah, so I'll be out there early. You know, of course, you know, everyone talks about the elevation, getting acclimated. Some people go out there months, weeks, whatever. I've chosen the amount of time that I want to go out there, and so I'm gonna go out and do what I'm supposed to do. You know, get acclimated and find a gym. And it's also like finding the right time to do that without breaking away from the team too fast because you still got to train, and it's all a headache. But at the end of the day, I mean, look who I'm fighting, so I'm not really concerned about it.
Yeah. Is this gonna be another first round knockout, Dave?
You know what? I will give it to him. He is a tough motherfucker. You know, it's like those Mexican boxers, like they're notorious for being tough. I mean, they take abuse and they keep the constant pressure. So with that being said, I really don't know if what round he'll go down. I 100% gonna keep going. I'm gonna look for that finish the entire time, and I don't know if I'll put him smooth out. But what I think is gonna happen is I think I'm gonna touch him so much. I think he's gonna look for a way out, and we're gonna see him find a way to quit.
Mm, I like.
It's just a matter of when he wants to call it quits. He'll find his way out.
Mm.
Blame it on an eye poke or something. I don't know. I expect it all from him because he ain't gonna want to lose in front of his hometown. But that's just what it is.
Yeah. Now you said you cut a lot of weight. Are you cutting a lot of that weight like fight week?
A majority of the time, yeah.
Mm.
So obviously, in camp we train really hard. Everyone naturally loses weight at that point. I'll get down to a certain spot, and then from there we got water loading and all this other stuff. And I got a nutritionist who keeps track of everything and tells me what to eat, when to eat, how much water, all that stuff. And then she even does a really good job with helping me cut weight, telling me like what steps to take, the time, the intervals, and stuff in and out of the sauna, and it just makes it super smooth. And then the best thing about all that is she also helps me with the hydration plan. So I always come back in there feeling like a monster.
So how much do you usually gain back?
All
If
of it. All of it.
oh
I wind up going right back to where I started camp at majority of the time. So
shit,
pretty dope.
that's crazy.
Like I said, I'm a bit of a weight bully, and I've been advised not to say that too much. So it's one of those things. But it's just what it is, man. I think everyone's out there cutting weight. Everyone does it. It's no secret. But it's hard enough to find a fight, so I'm not trying to put too much out there to scare them away even more.
Yeah, I got you. What else you got,
So
Jack?
man, I just got I was getting excited for a minute. Yeah, so anyway, Donald, yeah, I feel bad for him. I don't see it going too well for him. I know he's a tough guy. He's a MMA guy, right? Well, he's got a lot of MMA fights. But this is bare knuckle, and there's definitely levels to this. Um, So I know you got a daughter, Dave. Does she seen you get in there and take any licks or
She comes to the majority of my fights. Anytime they're local, she's there. She loves it too. She's a little savage.
so she's not worried for daddy?
Nah. And she'll be in there. Yeah, beat his ass.
That's it. Well, I guess that's all you really do. So you have, I guess she hasn't seen too much to worry about.
I know she doesn't like seeing me with the cuts and stuff after, because then she'll come up and be like, I don't think I want to fight. I don't want to look like you. I'm like, what's that supposed to mean? Like it's part of the game. It happens. Whatever. At the end of the day, at least I don't look like him, or at least feel like them.
How old is
Do you
she?
have her involved in any training?
So I just started her and finally just got her to catch interest in doing some jujitsu and some Muay Thai, right? So right now it's only 1 day a week, but she's going in and she's been training. We got some deals worked out. Like I pay her to do classes. Instead of doing homework and chores, like I prefer you to do this because she's good with the school stuff already. Obviously that's most important, but it's just cool to see her finally take interest in something that I do, and it's just a bit of a bonding thing too as well. Like she gets to go on there and see how hard that stuff is, see how hard that I truly work. I know she sees the dedication, and I've always been one to lead by example, so like I don't skip practices when I say I gotta go somewhere, we gotta go. When I say like, hey, like we're not gonna have no sweets and stuff, or at least I'm not, like this is what it's gotta be. She sees that, so she sees the dedication, she sees the discipline, and now she's starting to pick that up too. And even when I'm like, hey, what do you want for dinner? She's like, well, what are you eating tonight? And I'm like, well, this is my food. And she's like, oh, that sounds horrible. She's like, fine. It's like, I guess we'll do it too. And it's just like, it's like little wins like that. I'm like, yes, yes.
That's amazing.
That's what you're getting raised by a champion. So she's in a great.
No, she's got like the best case scenario for any of that. Like I could teach her whatever she wants. Like I'm a jack of all trades, black belt in jiu-jitsu. I've done Muay Thai, I've done boxing, and I've done bare knuckle. I mean anything. Like I'm just anything combat sport related, wrestling. Like I've done it all. I'm very good at it all, and she just whatever she decides to do. She's also got the Mundell genes in her, so she'll be good at it.
And it's beautiful she notices it at such an early age too, like
Yeah.
that's amazing.
I wish I could have started her sooner, but like I said, like I'm never gonna be pushy and make her do something that she doesn't want to, right? So it's always been one of those things like I'll bring her to a class and she'll participate, and then she'll want to go or whatever it may be. We go a few months and we might go back, so we just dabble in it. But I think we're moving into a new place, and we had busted the mats out first time in a long time. And so we were rolling. Of course, all the neighborhood kids come over. They want to roll too. We have a whole fight club going on outside. And then she's like, I think I want to do this. So we take her to a class. And she was next week, she's like, I want to go back. And now that it was consistently for a while, and I signed her up and she's still going. And I'm just super excited about it. I'm sure you guys can tell, but it's been something I wanted for so long, for her to do this stuff. And it makes me so happy.
That's beautiful, man.
Proud father moments, man. I got a daughter myself too, and yeah, I know all about it. She's only 4, so I've been trying to sign her up for Muay Thai, but they won't take her till 6. So maybe
Really?
jiu-jitsu or maybe even some karate.
Boy, so the thing about it is, if you find a good school, like 'cause that's another thing where I'm taking her is a place called Gracie Trinity. Uh, Somebody through the lineage of us, Coach Kevin, but the people he has working for him, who run the kids' class, they're just super awesome. They make her comfortable because there's kids are kids, or they get somewhere they don't know no one, and they go in there and they're like all gun ho about it, and they get there and they see and they're like, oh shit, my friend's not here today. What do I do? They're like, well, now all of a sudden they don't want to go. But then the coaches will come over, just talking to her. They'll take their time talking to her, stuff like that, to get her on the mat, and so it's a very good place, and good teachers, good influences, and it's just awesome.
That's
great,
amazing.
man.
Yeah.
Sounds like she's in real good hands.
Yeah. So finding somebody for your little girl, even though she's 4, just finding the right school to take their time with her, and just get her to go out there, and obviously at 4 years old, like how much are you actually going to be able to repeat after showing? So you just the little movements, like here, let's do some fun drills where we're shrimping up and down, and do some somersaults, some rolls, stuff like that, just to get them into the the movements, you know, and then as they do that more, then you just slowly start picking it up. And teaching's a whole science, man, but it's also something that I'll do one day. Once I'm done fighting, I'll definitely have my own gym.
Hey,
Yeah,
you're
because
still.
I've even
Go ahead.
I've
Sorry.
even heard you say that come on in, I'll spar with you, I'll take it easy, I won't beat you up.
I do that all the
So
time. I do that all the time. I work with everybody, anyone, and I can also work on their level. Like if they want to come in and they want to have like a hard sparring session and like where we're trying to knock each other out, like that's cool too. Like I'm game for it all. If they come in and they're brand new and they're working on something, we can drill, whatever. I mean, a lot of these times, like I'll go in and I'll work with people and it's already hard to find people on the same level as me to move with because the ones that are just look at me as competition and don't want to move with me so that I don't know what they have, stuff like that. So it's whatever. But either way, so I get these new guys and I just do things like only allow myself to throw a jab, or maybe today I only have my left hand, or maybe today I throw no punches, I'm only working on my head movement, or whatever scheme that I'm trying to run, practice on, all that stuff. Like I can take things away to lower my level down and work with somebody, even though they're trying to take my head off, but they're just so green that they can't, and I get to work things too. So it's always fun to move around with different people. For me, it's getting a bunch of different looks, and you never know what you're gonna see. And that's a whole nother thing too. Is you not these guys in bare knuckle, they're brawlers. They're never very technical boxers. A very select few of us. And me, maybe Austin Trout. Tony's pretty good. These guys, they're more of the traditional style of boxing that they've adapted a way to use it for bare knuckle. Where all these other guys, they come in, they like windmill to throw their punches, and they're just brawling out. They don't have a reason why they're doing certain things. They're just tough and gritty. So finding some lower level guys sometimes and then working things on them is almost emulating my style of my opponent. So it works out great. And so far it's worked out perfect.
That's amazing.
yeah, so after the fight's over, and the off season comes, how
Oh,
you
you
looking to
froze up.
celebrate that?
Oh, we're frozen.
You froze up a little bit. You there?
Yeah, yeah.
We good? You see us?
I see you, but there you go. Now it was glitchy for a second. You
Good.
said after the
You
fight's over,
know,
and that's the last I heard.
Yeah, so after New Mexico, how do you let your hair down on the off season? Do you do a little bit of you gonna take the family out? Um, you're a big fisherman. Do you and four wheelers? You're into quads, aren't you?
Any four wheeling, as I grew up four wheeling, I got dirt bikes now, fishing, hunting, diving. I mean, all of it. We just get in whatever I can and pretty much just do whatever I want. But I do that all the time, anyways. Like I never inside of camp. I guess a little bit different because I don't feel like using any energy towards anything other than training, right? Like I just completely dedicate myself to that. I don't go bake in the sun all day and then go to practice tired. I just think that's the wrong thing to do. So if I could train first, then maybe go do something, I'd do that. But anyways, outside of that, after the off season when I'm free to do whatever, it's just whatever is the most exciting thing that day. Like I wake up, I'm like, hey, it's a beautiful day, let's go ride the Harley. Or my buddy will hit me up, be like, "Hey man, we got the right tides. Let's go fishing. Let's do that." Or my other friend will hit me up, be like, "Hey man, we're gonna go out this Saturday. We're gonna go shoot some fish." All right, log it in. So just get it all as much as I can. And my daughter can always come with me to all of it too. So it's always fun. It's always good times.
That real Florida lifestyle. I love it. But did you ever have any aspirations of going to the UFC? How did you end up in a bare knuckle?
All right, so yeah, obviously, that was the goal when I first started. Take it back even farther, I was only going to do one amateur fight just so I could say I fought because I was one of those guys who watch UFC. I'm like, I could do that, and everyone's like, yeah, then go do it, type shit. And I'm like, all right, well, fine. So I went and did an amateur fight. That led into doing more, obviously. And I'm like, well, I'm going to do one pro fight so I can say I'm a pro athlete. That turned into wanting to get into the UFC. I've actually fought in front of Dana, I think twice, and won both those fights. But for whatever reason, like I just wasn't marketable to him yet. I don't know, whatever. Um, But when Bkfc came and offered me the fight, it's the same thing. I'm like, well, I'm just gonna do one just to have another notch on my belt. Say I did something that nobody else did. And the first time I fought here, I was like, damn, like this shit's it like relit a flame. You know, it's fast paced, it's exciting. It just made me want to do more, and now here we are.
So Dave, I know that you call yourself the redneck, but to me, you seem super disciplined, you know, and I can't see the redneck throwing back too many bourbons or anything like that. Do you ever let loose and crack a bottle, or do you stay champion mind state through and through?
Never really been that big of a drinker, right? You know, so I just it's never been something I've of course I've drank before, and I don't have problems with it now. Like there's been times after my fights we'll go to like whatever after party, and when everyone's offering to buy me drinks, and eventually I'll cave, and sometimes I drink whatever. But I don't like feeling like shit the next day. You know, I don't like that. I can't understand why people do stuff like that to themselves. It's just so it's never really been my thing.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, I hear you. I had to put the bottle aside too once the little girl came. You know, it's hard to be a good dad if you're hungover all the time.
And the only way to cure a hangover is to drink some more, right? And
It's
it
true.
becomes a
The
problem.
rough cycle.
Just going back on the McGregor thing for a sec, too. Do you think McGregor ever steps in there to fight?
You know, I don't see why he would, honestly, and if he did, it would be just out of pure love of the sport and wanting to, you know, fight again. But that's just like he could just go back fight for UFC. He could do whatever the fuck he wants. He's already made it. He's what every fighter wants to become, you know. So whether you love him or hate him, you talk shit about him or whatever, like the motherfucker does what he wants, whenever he wants, how he wants. Like what are you gonna say? You know, you're gonna hate him because he's enjoying himself. Like it's just funny to me. Like everyone's like, "Oh, he's so cocky, he talks so much shit." I'm like, "Yeah, well, it's also what got him paid." You know?
Yeah.
And where so,
He's
but seeing him back in the ring would be something I'd love to see, just because I'd like to know what it would look like. But maybe not. If
who
I
would
had to bet, and I'd probably say no.
who would you like to see him fight in there?
Me.
There
I would
you
love to
go.
throw down with Connor.
That would be great.
That's
We
amazing.
do love Connor though. We do love that he's involved. Like when he gives his speeches, he's great for the promotion. So I love that he's involved with those guys.
Man, he's truly just become an idol to be, like it's crazy to see what he has become. Can you hear
Yeah.
me?
You broke up a little bit, but just that last part, last part, we said it's crazy to see what he's become and stuff like that. Like, yeah, from the MMA days coming up, and um, like watching him before he got big, like knocking these people out in the beginning. I think it was one dude, Marcus something. I think that was the first fight I seen him fight. Knocked him out, and then
Marcus Sherman, yeah.
Epson Courier, all them guys. Like it's just crazy. It's just like I said. He believed he could do it. He told everyone what he was gonna do, and then he backed it up. You know, so it was just he perfect.
Yeah, absolutely. Couldn't gone better. What else was I gonna ask you? What you got, Jay? You got anything else for him before we lose him here due to Wi-Fi?
Yeah. Well, no, just happy that you came through today, Dave. Grace is champion. I actually was in the crowd, Bkfc 66, September 13th when you were supposed to fight King Mo. And I bought those tickets. I seen Dave Mundell. I was like, yeah, this is gonna be my first BKFC. I got to see Dave, and he fell out. But you know what? I seen you walking around and I was screaming, bro. I was screaming from the crowd. And you came over, shook my hand, took a pic. So thank you for that, because you made an impression on my wife too. Probably not the one I wanted, but I was cool with it. I'm not a player hater.
That's funny. Yeah, at the end of the day, like in order for me to continue to do this, I need y'all. I need all the fans to want to come out and watch, to, pay for the experience, and that's a lot to ask from you guys, like to spend your own hard-earned money to basically support my dream, so it means a lot. So if I'm walking around and somebody wants to come up and take a picture, like, who the hell am I to say no? I want to see all you guys, and I want to thank everyone, so that's my favorite thing to do, like walk around and see all y'all. Just people love that shit, so it's awesome.
Yeah, man, it's amazing. We're grateful for it, and thank you so much for coming on, man. We know you'd like to train with Jessica Borga as well, and she sat down and talked to us for a bit too, gave us the opportunity as well, and that was such an amazing conversation. And she had nothing but great things to say about you. So just having the conversation with you now and seeing how humble you are, man, and how nice you are, we just want you to know we're rooting for you, man, till the end.
Appreciate that. Yeah, I appreciate that.
Yeah,
Oh,
man.
baby.
You
Stick
got
with
you got
MMA.
you got any like words for your fans? Any sponsors you want to shout out or anything?
I want to thank all my fans. I want to thank all my sponsors. I got one of my sponsors, Full Blast. He's really helped me out through this camp. Making sure that I was set up to where I didn't have to work, and also Jeff Meeks with the Real Man podcast. Those guys, those are my two biggest sponsors right now. It really helped out, and of course, I got guys that have been around with me since the beginning. Got Team Reaper, John from Outlaw Customs, Legendary Tattoos. They've always just been there. Anything that I needed, they've always just helped out, and that really that goes so far. People don't realize, you know, how much we actually. I understand that when we get in there, it's one versus one. It's I gotta show up, I gotta do the work, but in order to be able to continue to do this, and it's just it makes a big difference. So those guys are I'm forever in their debt. So as long as I can push and help them out, if you guys hear this and go to their website pages, you guys can come to my link tree and go over there and buy something off of them, just to let them know like you appreciate them helping me out. That's cool shit too. And I also have you were talking about the shirts and not being able to get them for Canada. I'm gonna talk to my girl and see if we can't figure something out.
Oh,
But you guys go on the
yeah.
link tree on Instagram. You guys can go to the Redneck Mundell website and get coffee mugs or shirts or sweatpants and all that shit. And that goes, obviously it helps me out a lot because I take that, it's like passive income. It's something I don't have to think about. People order, it goes, and then I just get a little notification. I got a little bit more money to, just keep on pushing.
Sounds
All
really
right, and
good.
don't forget, everybody, go get your Redneck Mundell panties for your woman. They're on the
Yeah.
website live, baby.
It's funny. It's so, oh my god. Yeah. Well, there it is. And it happens. I'm always surprised. I'm like it was my girl's idea. She's like, we should sell these. I'm like, I don't know. And she's like, yeah, absolutely. I'm like, okay. And then holy fuck, I'm like, I've sold so many of them too. It's funny to me. It's pretty cool though.
Oh shit.
I had them in the cart. I'm not gonna lie.
It's awesome.
Wednesday night, huh?
Yeah, I think you know what? As the Redneck Mundell becomes more and more of a household name, I want to see Chevy too send you over a truck.
Listen,
Send
that
me a
would be
truck,
amazing.
big
I got the
commercial.
big ass bow tie tattooed on my back. Like what big, tough. I'm just badass sports, do badass things. I don't understand what more they would want. Probably shoot some commercials for them or something. Like they'd be all over. Like maybe they can come drop the trucks off for people to look at in front of the venue. On fight nights and shit like that. But I want me a big 2500 diesel, 6.6, the Allison tranny. 4-wheel drive and lift it up a little bit. So
Damn, there
Yeah,
you
we
go.
do big things
I
too,
know
dude.
exactly what I want. I got my 1500 now and it's lifted and stuff. And man, I'm riding that girl into the dirt. And she's like, it's one of those things. And like every time she's smoking on start, I'm actually about to take her into the shop finally after so long. And mainly because I live here in Florida and my AC stopped working. And I've been driving that way for about a month. And I'm like, okay, I'm fucking done with this shit. Like, I'm gonna go fix it. I'm like, and at that time, I'm just gonna have them run through everything. I'll probably have to rebuild all the front suspension, reseal the motor, and it's damn near close time to just go ahead and replace that transmission. If you're a Chevy fan out there, everyone knows that they're notorious for dropping at like 180. I got like 220 on mine, so I'm on borrowed time at this time. So that's what it is.
Just in time for
Oh, we
Shreddy to step in, man. Let's go,
Right.
Shreddy.
Come on.
What do we
That'd
gotta
be a
do?
great commercial too. The redneck under the car fixing her up. Let's go.
I've done a lot to that truck, and I like you sit down and you think about it, and it's like I haven't done anything, and I'm like, oh shit, like I did a transfer case, I've done all the brakes, and just the tires, and I've done radiators and power steering pumps, and it's like fuck, there's been a shit ton. I'm like, all right, it's maybe it is time for a new truck, or just really sit down and go through that one. But I got like a little dream, a 2500 and a big ass camper, so we go to New Mexico instead of them having to rent me a hotel room, they just throw me some gas money, we fucking haul ass down there, we fight, beat people up, and then we get to travel around a little bit and come home when we're ready. That'd be dope. But I don't want to do that in the 1500 because the shit, the fucking tranny would be crying.
You're the man, Redneck. Thank you for taking the time again, brother. We don't want to hold you up too much longer, man. We know you're a busy man. So thank you again, brother.
I appreciate you guys.
Champ. Fucking will be in your corner June 6th, baby.
Let's go.
Look out, Donald. You're in for a rude awakening.
Listen, all respect, man. Thank you for stepping up. Thank you for giving me the fight. But at the end of the day, brother, he knows damn well I'm way past his level, and he's just thankful for the opportunity. But as soon as he steps in there, he's gonna realize he didn't belong.
Heard it here first. Let's get it.
Oh,
Throwing hands.
throwing hands. Throwing hands podcast, baby.
One hand.
Look at those championship mitts.
Let's go.
Okay, Dave. It's been a pleasure, buddy. Can't wait to see your next fight, and best of luck to everything going forward, not just in fighting, but in life as well.
I appreciate it. Thank you guys for having me on, man. I appreciate the time.
See ya, brother.